Okay, you guys, so I'm going to show you how to make a connector. I'm making a tx90 into a tx60 connector. It's for my charger over here. It only takes tx90. So, I'm going to start by showing you guys how this is done. So, first thing I do is I go ahead and tin my wire. Looks like my charger's done. Charging that battery. Sometimes you spill some solder and clean it back up. I just reuse it. Don't let nothing go to waste. And then what you want to do is I'll fill this up right here. Take a little, this always helps, set it straight. And use that little clip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and load this up with some solder. Try to fill that in there. And then whenever I go to put my wire in there, I'll heat that up and it'll just soak up all that solder, you know. Fill it up real good. Now, one of the things you want to do is make sure that you put your heat shrink wrap on your wire like that before. And I'm going to go ahead and tin this wire a little bit better. I'm going to put a little bit more solder on this. And then what I like to do is I like to kind of glaze the wire. And guys, it's really important to have a fan. You don't want to breathe in this smoke in. Alright. So you guys can see here a little better. Alright. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and heat this up. Just get this where it won't move. See how I just kind of oops, gonna mash too hard. Ruh-roh. Hot, hot, hot. Owie, owie. Hot, hot, hot. So you guys can see. Woo! Guys, that is extremely hot. And you got to be really careful, guys, because one of the things I want to try not to do is put heat on this for too long, because what will happen is you'll melt the plastic. This is a tx90, so it's a lot thicker than the tx60 connector, so it can take a little bit more heat on that prong. Okay. Good deal. I still feel like I could get... I'm gonna put some... There we go. There we go. Okay. Shoot. Okay, this. All right. Oh, owie. You guys know these are always hot. You know, I have another one right here on the back side. I'm waiting for it. All right. Now, what I also like to do is, I'll get a bigger shrink wrap. If I don't have some bigger ones. And I'll put a whole piece over this right here. But I need a bigger piece of shrink wrap. Let's see what we got. No big ones. All right, well, so then now I'm gonna do the other side. The other side is the same situation. It's just a smaller version. So I gotta, first thing to do is I put my shrink wrap on. Go. 1 and a 2. And a 2. I got 2 shrink wraps. There we go. And all right. And now what I want to do is tin these 2 wires right here. All right. Now we got solder there. Now we gotta do the same thing we did with the big one that we did with the little one. All you do is take the connector like this, put the clip on it to hold it. And now I'm gonna take my puddle, make my puddle in here. Can't have the heat on these too long because plastic will melt. So I like to blow the barrel up. And guys, you want to make sure that you get ground to ground. The black goes to the black. And the easiest way to do is, you see how this is the square end and this is the square end? That's how you can tell. And you just put black to black. So that's how I'm going, black to black. I got my bottom of there. You can see it's tinned. See my wire there? Uh-oh. Oh. What I'm doing, I'm just smashing the solder right into the wire. Soaking the whole wire into this. See how I'm doing that? And push all that solder right into the just like that. Alright, so there's we have our wires tinned now. I have to fill this one up. Here we go. You don't want to keep the heat on this too long because, like I said, you can melt the plastic. Alright, so now this is positive in here, so let's go ahead and heat this up. That's way too much solder on it. I got way too much solder in here, so what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of squeezing it out and pushing all the solder into the wires. Alright, knock some of that extra solder off, and now there we go. We almost got her connected. Nice. That's beautiful. All right. Okay. I think we're all connected. I think that's pretty good. Now, I just want to slip my... There we go. Slip my black sleeves over there. Alrighty then. So, here's our plug in all its glory. tx60 to tx90. Sometimes I like to take a big, if I have a big piece of shrink wrap, I'll put another piece of shrink wrap over here to tighten this up. And but this is how, I got an extra piece here I can slip over the rider there. There we go. But this is how you make a connector cord. tx90 to tx60. We'll go ahead and give her a try. This your battery's finished charging. Guys, this is a very nice charger right here. This is a DJI charger. Oh, so I got that plugged in there. And then so you would just take your balancing board like, oops, where did you go? Ah, here we go. I like this guy right here. This is a really fancy HGLRC balancing board, which I don't really need one for this charger. This is a badass charger. This is a DJI charger. It's one of those power chargers. There we go. So there she is in all her glory. There's my connector. And we'll do our first battery. So, for you guys that don't know, for all my newbies, when you're charging batteries, you must treat these things like bombs. This is my charging station. I have a fire extinguisher. I have also a metal box. When these catch fire, you don't ever want to throw water on them. It's electrical fire. You need a fire extinguisher. You know, and you don't ever want to charge these things. You don't ever want to charge them on the same balancing board if they're different batteries. Say this is a 1400 and this is a 1550. You don't want to mix match batteries. Don't ever mix match name brands. Don't ever mix match different voltages and shit. It's not a good combination. You will blow something up. And when I say that, I mean that. You will blow some shit up. So guys, just don't do it. I don't like parallel charging. Connect aired. Check main port. Alright, there's a problem here. Something's wrong. Alright guys, so be very careful when you're charging batteries. Don't ever leave batteries unattended. And when you're making connectors, don't burn yourself. Love you guys. Subscribe to my channel and hit that like button for more content. Check out my other videos. Max, say goodbye.